CNN is the enemy of the American people. They work for the globalists. They work for the communist Chinese. And that information's coming out. The president's dead on. They have been inciting violence. They've been inciting war. They've been launching all sorts of different operations to break up our families. They are the tip of the globalist spear. They are an organized criminal syndicate to destabilize the nation. And they are also deeply embedded in Fox News. There's an internal war in Fox to oust Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity. I have that directly from someone who just recently left Fox, that it is unbelievable. And they just had one of their morning shows viciously lie about me for 10 minutes this morning, America's Newsroom, trying to outdo MSNBC. I guess the young ladies on the program, we've got the clip, we may play it later, are just absolutely living on their own planet. And, of course, they'll never actually show what I've said. They'll actually never show what I'm doing. They just sit there and regurgitate the same anti-free speech, anti-gun garbage. No matter how many times I clarify or how many times I apologize for the media misrepresenting or how many times I reach out to the families, you see the very people on the news saying, he won't stop attacking us. He won't quit. He's sending people to our houses. He won't quit. Stop, Jones. Jones, just stop. Stop. And then they're on the news. Jones just won't stop. He just won't stop. And they've got new levels to this. There was an article in the Daily Dot. I mean, there's so many I can't keep track of it. And it's like now I beat up a transgendered child. It's like the telephone game. They just, well, he's been banned on YouTube and Facebook, which isn't true, because he said that there's an Islamic invasion of Europe. This is an actual quote. And he brutalized a trans child. And they also say, no one's censoring me. This is not an attack. Don't run. We are your friends. Remember the Democrats kept saying, we don't want illegals to be able to vote. We're not letting illegals vote. We're not giving them driver's license so they can vote. And then now the Democratic Party officially says, we want illegal aliens to be able to vote. And they're legalizing it all over the country. But then when Trump says it, he's insane. Even though they're on the news saying that they're having the illegals vote, he then says it's a bad idea. We need voter motor rules. We need to show driver's license and be a citizen to vote, which any other country in the world does. And they say he's a liar. I mean, it's incredible how stupid they think we are. And Fox News is turning into MSNBC. We have discovered absolute, complete, total espionage, high crimes and misdemeanors, treason against this nation by a multinational combine ally of the Democratic Party and Republican leadership. The intelligence agencies have been absolutely filled the last 30 years with people like John Brennan, admitted members of the Communist Party, and radical Islamic Wahhabist convert. Go read it for yourself in interviews he's given. And they'd almost completely captured and then demoralized and bankrupted this country. But at the 11th hour, 58-minute mark, 2 minutes to midnight, in came Trump and other populist nationalist movements around the world because the globalists were arrogant and they thought they could set up a private, corporate, planetary government that was above the law and tax exempt, and that somehow, just because we were on talk radio and the internet and writing books and making films about it, that the slaves would never figure it out. Kind of like we're like animals in an enclosure at the zoo behind a glass that's only one-way glass, and they don't even know what's on the other side. Like we're in an observation tank, like fish or something, just swimming around in circles. That they would set up this unbelievable criminal system and that they would just get away with it. So they tried to ridicule and demonize us and lie about us once they figured out people were listening, but it's way too late. And that's why every channel, including Fox News with Bill Hemmer, is up there just spewing total, absolute lies about me and never showing a clip of what I've said, never showing any proof of what I've done. That's always a little telltale sign for you. And all the fake, faux outrage. We got a low-res copy. We're going to find a good one. We're good. That shaking camera can make me nauseous. Thanks. And it's just illustrative of how these frauds work. It's being done to destroy all independent media. News Corps is splitting up into the Disney division and then into the news division. And the new head of the Disney division said 4 months ago, we're going to shut Alex Jones off the internet. We're going to use him as the case example along with Julian Assange and WikiLeaks. And when we're done with him, we're going to deplatform everyone. And Barry Diller came out, the big liberal, former head of Fox that owns Newsweek. And he said, trust me, it's quote, look it up, trust me, by next year, he said this about a month ago, the internet will be all paid, basically a glorified Netflix. Look up his quote. Now, how are they going to do that? Are they talking about it being all paid because I'm off of it? They're talking about you. And that's what authoritarians do, is they pick somebody they think's an easy target, they demonize them, they lie about them, then they persecute that group, and they get you to accept the precedent of persecuting that group. And once they've set the precedent of persecuting that group, they then can go after everybody. It is a formula. Now, let me get into what I just broke down at the very start of this segment. The absolute, total, complete proof of organized, pure evil criminality out of Google and Alphabet, its owner company. They have already, in the last year and a half, broken Google completely. The whole thing is not what people actually search or look at, but what they force feed you. Every conservative, every libertarian, every nationalist gets downranked, blocked, controlled. We all know that. Shadow banned, just like Twitter. And I've gotten into the fact that I've talked to people at Google and others off record, and they said, Alex, we're already bringing in Chinese-style net censorship control. It's being done incrementally to where we're just going to merge the worldwide Google system with China. And we wrote an article about this 5 years ago, Paul Watson did. I wrote the article with him about the whole global social score that China's launching, and now it's coming here, and they call it Skynet. And now you see that's admitted. We were dead on. Well, I told you Apple announced 5 months ago they're moving to China, officially becoming state-run and letting the government run the iCloud. That's Reuters. Google was set up by the NSA, the CIA, and DARPA, and was supposedly a utility of American internet to promote freedom worldwide. But America's been captured, so now it is a globalist tool. And the president is getting informed and educated about this, and that's the main reason they're on every channel in the country lying about me today, saying I bully children and I do all this and I do all that and I beat up a transgender kid, and they don't show you where or when. It's all lies. They've been green-lighted with propaganda like you only see before they invade an innocent country. This is war drum level beating that has now reached the level Trump was being attacked during the campaign. I am now as demonized as the president. And they want to turn the president against me and my audience and then have you turn against him. Even if the president ever needs to throw me under the bus, I say go ahead and do it, sir. But I don't think it's a smart move, and I think you already know that. Because they'll just keep misrepresenting and keep misrepresenting. And The president and others are being informed about this entire attack profile and how they're going to use it in a major campaign, not just in 2018, but 2020. They're going to run against Trump on Alex Jones. Now, I can already see this in the tea leaves, and I talked to some high-level folks in the Pentagon, the CIA. They concur and are fully aware of this. And they're not just going to try to take the president out with this. They're going to try to take the entire First Amendment out. Now, let me give you the mega supreme bombshell, because you know I tend to just not get to it. When I saw this morning, it hit me at 4 a.m. when I woke up like a jackhammer. Like a jackhammer. Because I already knew it, I already said it, and it's hiding in plain view. And the fact that these technocrats, as they call themselves, are running circles around us. And they've been in the BBC and everywhere else saying, we need to be technotronic and technocratic, and we need to have appointed leaders of Europe by Goldman Sachs. That was a quote. And then it turned out 3 leaders of Europe have been appointed now by Goldman Sachs. The leaders of countries. Now, that's treason. How does that tie into Apple? All of it. The Intercept got the documents. Fox News is reporting it, Sky News. But they're like, is it okay? Oh, maybe it is. You know, no big deal. Google planning, they're not planning, it's already been done, to launch censored search engine in China. Now, you read the article, it goes on to say, well, actually, it's already been done. The Communist Party already uses it over there. And anything that the government doesn't like, anything that they say is sensitive, the Chinese government has fact checkers like we have Southern Poverty Law Center and Snopes and the rest of them. That's Soros it runs things here. There, it's the Politburo and the Central Committee, and they go to the interface of the app that the party officials are already have, and it's about to be deployed next year to China as the one approved search engine. And Google is in operation. It's got a name, and it's Operation Dragonfly. To help them in live time censor their population, report them for arrest and execution. I mean, Google is pure evil. All right, let's get right into it right now. 100%. There is a public, global, corporate criminal plan backed up by communist China to absolutely destroy freedom worldwide and then colonize the West with giant third world populations that China and others will take zero from. There are public plans to dismantle Western, classically liberal society that the global technocrats are at war with. But to replace classical liberalism, you must become the modern counterfeit or the political body snatcher. And you must remove the real classical liberals. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so incredible. Documents obtained by the Intercept, investigative journalists, Glenn Greenwald and others, confirm the outside architecture and many of the documents we've also received. Google has already launched a worldwide censorship operation, scaling up censorship 10,000% is a dead reckoning from what it was in the campaign. And it was bad in the campaign and documented. Twitter, Apple, Amazon, they're all going into hyperdrive censorship. And they're also then putting out increased levels of their own propaganda. This country is in a total war, so is Europe. The giant Islamic invasion is in full swing and is publicly admitted to bankrupt Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, this is out of the Intercept. It's also Sky News. Google plans to launch censored search engine in China, leaked documents reveal. But it was all hidden in plain view. It was always hidden in plain view. They've already been converting their worldwide search engine over to a tyranny. Twitter and Facebook have been helping in Islamic countries with their governments arrest heretics. People that deny Muhammad is the prophet are picked up and taken to prison and in many cases stoned to death or beheaded. China has killed over 110 million of their own people, it's estimated, since the revolution in 1949. Backed up by U.S. and globalist academics the entire time. It's been declassified, the CIA put them in, and now Google, in this huge data dump, is launching Operation Dragonfly. The dragon flying over the earth. And they're putting the architecture of total censorship in China, where Apple, Twitter, Google, Facebook are all moving there. Apple was the first to officially become state-run 5 months ago. And it's just all in the paper. It's in Reuters. And when officials were asked about merging with the government, they said, that's how you do it in China. We're taking advantage of no taxes. Then they call Trump a traitor for lowering our corporate tax from 40 to 15 to counter China. But then they celebrate China going, it's the place to invest. It's the best. Think about how far down the rat hole we are on this situation. And Google is already censoring here. And now they're going into China, and you read the sickening documents. They're on Infowars.com and Newswars.com. You read the sickening documents. And they just sit there talking about how to suppress the population, how to control, how to totally block any symbol or any article or any photo or any meme. And they've got AI computers that are going to do it. And they're showing it to the Chinese government, who's already adopted it and is already using it as their search engine. We first broke in 2015. In an article, Coming to America, China introduces credit score for obedient citizens. We point out that Apple and all of them are getting in line with this. Well, Apple already runs the factories of Foxconn with the suicide nets and the 18-hour workdays and the forced abortion. That's what these corporations think of people. Then they virtue signal to you all day and fund Black Lives Matter to cause a civil war in America when they don't give a you-know-what about anybody except their evil selves. So the revolution is ongoing. The transference of American infrastructure, power, intellectual systems, military systems. Most our chips are made in China. They've caught them putting back doors in them. They allow them to steal all our military technology. They got over 15,000 front companies here in the U.S. They already run all 50 major universities. They took those over. They have the Office of Personnel Management hack. They were given the Panama Canal, all the major deep water ports, 98% of rare earth minerals. The United States and the IMF and the World Bank and the EU go after you if you try to extract rare earth minerals and you're French or American or British. China, in a global secret treaty, that's what this all is, has been given it. And then there's the response. Well, they're a private company. You know, if Google wants to go over to China and help find out where Falun Gong are, who are practicing Buddhism secretly, and have them taken to facilities and have their organs harvested, that's a good thing. Hell, then why not say Hitler was a private company? That's what he was. The Nazis were a private, corrupt, evil company. So it's a private company. You know, Hitler can do what he wants. They'll probably have the New York Times tomorrow. Jones says Hitler can do what he wants. You damn liars. You scum. That's what they do, man. Most of the stuff you see isn't in quotes, or it's like one-word quotes, then another word quotes, which they think the public doesn't understand. That means they're taking words like refrigerator magnet game, different words, and putting them together. So this is the sellout of the country, and the average brainwashed person doesn't even know it. And even though the country's coming back, you tune into CNN or anywhere, it's like Trump is the enemy. He's the horrible liar. He's flipped the script saying we're the enemy. Oh, he's such a genius when he's the enemy. But he shouldn't call us the enemy. And it's just the death of logic. And all these traitors signed on to selling America out. All of them got into hating America because they wanted to fantasize how they were on the winning team. And now they see it turning around. They see humanity on the organ harvesting table, figuratively and in reality. And we kind of woke up during the surgery where they were about to cut our, liver out. And we're fighting with them with the scalpel. They're going, no, we're not your enemy. Just lay back down, go back to sleep. You're having a bad dream. Hold them down. Hold down America. Shut down the press. Get rid of Trump. God, get them back strapped down. Get them under, get their guts cut out and get this one loaded up on ice and flown out of here. And shut that Jones up. He's got spirit. We can't allow that.